Hello friends, this is Durga from ITversity. As part of a distributed cache implementation for joins or lookups, as part of this video we will see how to create mapper and how to initialize the company data using the setup method. Okay, so first let us go to the Eclipse IDE, and this will be a continuation of what we have done earlier. Already we have the parsers under this NYSE package. Under the parsers we have the company parser and NYSE parser. So we will, as part of our MapReduce application, we will try to process data from NYSE parser, sorry, NYSE end of day dataset, and we will pass company dataset using minus files attribute when we run Hadoop jar command down the line, and for each record we have in New York Stock Exchange data, we have to look up or join using distributed cache into company parser. For that, we have to create some memory structure once the data is passed to MapReduce program, and all that has to be taken care as part of the setup method in mapper implementation. So let me create a package first. The package name will be NYSE dot sorry, let me do this. Cancel. Right click on NYSE and new. Where is it? Package, and the package name is NYSE dot stock company join dot dist cache. So I want to demonstrate the same scenario using distributed cache method as well as reduce side join also. So I am creating sub package under stock company join for distributed cache approach. So click on finish, and this will eventually have the driver program which will have the job configuration, and this will also have the mapper implementation and also the reducer implementation. We will do the mapper implementation as part of this program. So right click on this, click on new, and then click on class, and the class name will be stock company join dist cache mapper, and hit enter. Okay. Now, if you have already seen my earlier videos, if you want to implement a mapper, you have to extend the mapper function. You have to implement a map method, and also for this purpose, we also have to have setup method so that we can actually initialize. So, as I have already covered elsewhere in detail, I will be pausing now, and I will be quickly creating the template for which have all those things, the base setup method, the base map function, and we will take care of the implementation of the initialize method, and also how actually we process the data and pass out of the mapper. So this is the template. So we have extends mapper long writable text pair and text as part of the specification, because we will be reading text input for we will be reading the New York Stock Exchange data as part of the mapper using text input format, which is default, and for that the input key type is long writable and input value type is text, whereas our unique key in our New York Stock Exchange data is the combination of stock ticker and date. Let me show you that. So this is the directory I have, and if you see, for each year there is a directory, and for each day there is a different file, and if you open any file, you can see that it has 7 fields, and this will repeat for each stock for each day. It will have these 4 prices and the volume. So you cannot have the stock ticker alone as the unique key, because it will repeat for each day, and hence our unique key is a stock ticker and date. So I am planning to use text pair. I will not be changing the date format to anything. So I will be just using a custom key type class which is developed by us as part of a layer demonstrations, which is in this package key values as our map output key type, and our map output value type is text itself, because we will be actually capturing the stock name, sector or industry as part of the lookup into company data set, and that will be passed as a record to the reducer, so that the data will be emitted out to HDFS by the time we complete the program or application. That's what our problem statement is. So let's go ahead and start developing. So first we will create 3 variables, one for NYSE parser, because that's what we are trying to read the data as part of our implementation. We'll be reading the New York Stock Exchange data, so we have to create a parser object for that at class level, and then we will just create a output key and output value variable or object at class level, and we will be using it as part of our program. So this is the snippet to do that. Sorry, not here. Let me do it here, and we have to import this NYSE parser. Okay, so we have NYSE parser object, map output key object, and map output value object. Okay, so for each record we have to invoke the pass method of the parser object, which will create a parser object as part of this pass method, and we have to pass it as a string, so we will do it as string. Okay, this is done earlier also, so I have explained in detail. If you look at the pass method in NYSE parser class, you will understand pretty easily, so I will not get into the too many details here. Once you have this, for each stock ticker you have to look up into a data set which have the company name and other 2 attributes, which are the industry and stock, which we are interested in to get as part of this join. So for that, what we have to do is, first we need to initialize and build a in-memory data structure, like a map or something, so that we can actually capture all the data in memory, which we can actually look up into. So for that, let's create another method called I will make it means let's keep it default, whether it is I think default is protected, so let it leave it as protected method, and then initialize. We will not be returning anything as part of it, and we will be passing a string with this, or we will just hard code it. So void initialize and hit enter, and then we have to have the code which will actually convert the file which is passed as -files method into a hash map. So this is the code snippet. We need to create a file object, company data file with for example, and then we have to initialize with the file name. Here we don't need to give the path, because when we actually pass using -files, we will give the absolute path or relative path of the file name along with the along with the file name, and once it is registered in the cache, it will be registered in a default location on each of the node, and we cannot predetermine the exact location. We only can pass the file name here. You cannot pass the complete location because you don't know and we will see that again when we actually run the program. But for now, just remember that you just need to pass the file name here. No need to worry about the path, because the path is not relevant as part of your MapReduce program. But when you actually invoke the MapReduce program using Hadoop jar command, there the path is relevant and you have to pass it correctly. Okay, so let's import this file class also in this, and then we need to have a class level map object. So we will create one, and if you look at this, we are trying to create a map object using hash map. Okay, map is the parent class of hash map. I think it's an interface of which is implemented using hash map, and we are trying to create a map function using hash map so that we can use certain methods in map. I think it's an abstract class in the class hierarchy. No need to worry much about it, but try to use map class here so that you can use put and get methods that are defined as part of map. And then hash map is the object, because we are trying to create a hash data structure in memory, which will have our stock ticker as key and company parser object as the value. So the idea is, as part of this initialize program, we will build this hash map by reading the data in the file. Once the data is once the map is built, means that map will be in the memory, and we should be able to look up into that. And the way we have to look up in our case is by passing the stock ticker, and stock ticker can be stored as of type string. So we are creating key type as string, and the value type is our company parser object itself. So for that reason, we are trying to create a hash map for which key will be our stock ticker. That is the one which is joining the both the data sets, New York Stock Exchange as well as the company list. That's the only common field. And the value is our company parser, and we will fetch whatever fields we are interested in from the company parser, like company name, industry, and sector. Okay, so let us import these things to avoid any warnings or errors. Company parser is our class which we have created as part of our previous videos. Okay, so now we have to build this map as part of this initialize method. So I will be pasting the code directly to do the IO and build the hash map. The reason is I don't want to spend too much of time as part of these videos on core Java concepts. It should be covered elsewhere. If you are not very comfortable with file operations, then you have to explore java.io package. But if you are already aware of, then you can continue looking into this. Okay. So this is the base code for reading the data. So what we have done is we have created a buffered reader object of in, and then this is the standard code to read a file. We are passing a file object which is created earlier while reading this file company list underscore no header.csv from the distributed cache. Using that, we are actually creating file input stream object, and we are passing it to input stream reader, and then we are actually doing buffered reading by creating buffered reader object. And then for each line we read, we have to pass using our company parser method. It has a pass method which will take a string as a variable or parameter. So in this case, we have to invoke that for each and every record, which will create our company parser object, and that company parser object has to be stored in this map. So for that we have to create a company parser object also. Let's do it at class level, private static company parser equal to new company parser. Okay, and then what we have to do is we have to invoke company parser dot parse, and line is our record here. So once that is done, that company parser object will be built as part of that parse function. Using that, we have to set our we have to put the key and values using the stock ticker, and also the company parser object, which is just created because of this parse method. Okay, so company stock and company details dot put, and the key will be company parser dot get stock ticker. So this will be the key, and the value will be company parser itself. Okay, so now you have the code required to initialize your company list data set, and it will build a in-memory data structure, which is a hash map in our case. So now, as part of our setup method, we will invoke this one, initialize method. If you do it in map, what will happen is this initialize will run for each and every record, which is not a good practice. The correct way of doing it is by invoking the initialize method as part of our setup, and as I have explained earlier, setup will be run only once for each mapper or for each map task created while reading the data. So just invoke this initialize method. Invoke that initialize method in the setup method. That's it. We don't need to do anything in the setup. And as part of the map function, now for each and every record we get from New York Stock Exchange data, we have to do the lookup into the company parser map, and the key we need to pass is stock ticker. So let's do that. So our map output key, which is a class level object, it is a text pair. So I'm building the keys and values one by one. So for our purpose, the map output key is the combination of stock ticker and the second field, which is transaction date. So for that, what we have to do is we have to do text pair and then new text. I will explain in a moment. Parser dot get stock ticker, and then new text parser dot get trade date. Okay, and then semicolon at the end. So we are just creating this map output key because it's of type text pair, and text pair have a constructor which takes two text objects. So we are converting the stock ticker from the parser, which is the New York Stock Exchange parser, into text. Same is the case with trade date, so that it satisfies our text pair specification to write out of the mapper using context object later. And now we have to build the map output value, and our map output value is the whatever record we are getting concatenated with the stock name, industry and sector. But if you look at the New York Stock Exchange data, especially the company list data set, you have commas in the company names itself. So either we have to delete those commas from the company names, so that the data is written without commas within the company name and cause issues to the downstream applications, or we have to change the delimiter. We will do the former. We will replace the commas within the company name as part of this one, and also we will concatenate sector and industry from the company list. Let's implement that logic, then you will understand. Before that, let's look at the data set itself. So I'm going to my GitHub account where I have the dataset for New York Stock Exchange data, which includes company list file also under data NYSE. And if you see, there are many company names which have commas in them, like this one. Okay, what will happen if we concatenate, and if you look at New York Stock Exchange data, it is comma delimited. You have the stock ticker, you have the transaction date and floor prices and volume, all are comma separated. And if we just append this company name, what will happen is, if we try to use the comma as delimiter for downstream usage of this data set, it will cause the issues. So what we have to do, either we have to replace the comma within the data set by null character, or remove the comma in short, or we have to change the delimiter while writing out of the mapper. Either of them will work. We will do the former, where we will delete the commas within the company name. For that, first we need to get the company names. Okay, and the way we can get the company name and all is, let's get string company name equal to its stock and company details dot get, and the key is parser dot get stock ticker. Okay, and what it will return? It will return a company parser object. So what we have to do? We have to from that object we have to fetch the company name, which is getName function, and then dot replace. What is the old character you want to replace in that company name, comma, with null character, and hit enter. Now you have the company name in the format you need. Okay, and then you can also take care of this as part of your company parser class also. But if you don't want to do across the board, and if you want to change the or if you want to remove the commas only for this application, then this is the right place. But if you want to replace commas completely, and if you want to use that data set across the board, you can do that in the company parser also. It's your choice. So in my case, I might want to use company names as is in other applications, so I am actually doing it for this map reduce application as part of this method. Now let us get the industry and sector also using the similar method. It will be straightforward. You just have to do stock and company details, which is the hash map object get, and then here also the get stock ticker is the parameter you need to pass, because that is the key for our hash map. Actually, what we should do is, instead of doing like this, we should actually create a company parser object, company parser company equal to new company parser, and we should only get once. Okay, now you can assign company equal to stock. So we should not do the lookup for the same company object these many times. So I am actually consolidating into one, details.get parser.get stock ticker. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will replace this with company, simple. And then here we have to say company dot get industry, and then string sector equal to company dot get sector. Okay, now you have all the attributes from both stock ticker dataset, sorry, New York Stock Exchange end of day dataset, as well as the company datasets which we are interested in. So from New York Stock Exchange data, we need all the 7 fields. For company pass, from company parser dataset, we just need company name, industry, and sector, and all are available now. So what we need to do, we just have to build map output value. Okay, equal to record dot toString, and then we have to concatenate the company name using comma at the delimiter, and then again comma at the delimiter we have to append industry, and then we have to append sector. Okay, and our map output value is of type text, so we have to convert this into text object. Okay, now what we can do is we will context dot write. Our key is map output key here, and our value is map output value. So now the join have happened as part of the mapper, and we will test this program as part of the next video. If there are any bugs, we will try to fix them as part of that. But as what we'll do is we will now create a driver class as part of the next video, and we will run the program as map only job first, and then we will make a complete map reduce application. So we'll test step by step to make sure that we are getting the result as expected. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content on my channel. If you like this video, please click on like button. If you want to provide feedback or ask any technical questions, please use the comment section of the video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You will get to see a lot more content like this over time. Thank you. Bye.